guys, bienvenue to my channel. My name is Ifelvia Ishala. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking and always returning back to my channel. And if you are new here, welcome to the family. Please go through some of my videos. If you like the vibes here, click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you will be alerted whenever I drop a new video, and do well to give this video a thumbs up. In today's video, guys, we'll be talking about part-time jobs that are available for you as an international student. So if there's something you are interested in, comment on. Alright guys, so like I said, we'll be talking about part-time jobs that are available for international students. So this came as a result of, if you watch my last video, I talked about things you should do immediately you land in the UK. If you haven't watched that, I'm going to be linking it somewhere here. We started like a series talking about, me sharing tips, advice, things I've learned from my experience and things like that to make you transition into the UK as easy as possible and not to make same mistakes that I made. And I think we've talked about transportation, we've talked about things to pack, and we've talked about things you should do once you land in the UK. So this came as a request of the kind of jobs that you can apply for, because I mentioned that once you arrive in the UK, you want to sign up to some of these part-time jobs portals for you to be able to secure a job. So yes, we'll be talking about part-time jobs that are available for you to work as an international student, because I know majority of us probably have, like you want to balance your tuition fee, you come in with your dependent, bills are there, you shall need money, basically. Yeah, so that's what we'll be talking about. So I have listed some of the part-time jobs, from my findings, talking to friends, colleagues, classmates, some of them that have their dependent here, what they do, and yeah, from my own personal experience as well, because I'm here with my dependent as well. So the first thing I'm going to say as a student is you want to take advantage of your school, okay? The school will usually have a program we call student ambassadorial duties. So you want to sign up to be a student ambassador. It might be a different name from your school, but for my school, Swansea University, we call it student ambassador, and it's just like you applying for a job basically. So what you want to do once you land and you sign up on these different portals is you want to always keep your eyes on your emails, alright? Because your school email will definitely keep on sending notification to your school email, and then you'll be able to see when this opening is actually, like when there's opening. Now for my university, I know that I signed up sometimes in January. Yeah, sometimes in January. That is if you were coming for a September, like if you were a September intake. This is usually opened, I think, around September, October, and probably they give like more room in January, and I think towards the end of the year as well. All what you want to do is just keep an eye on your school email. This is really going to help you. And being a student ambassador is like a 0-hour contract work for my school. I don't know if it is same in everywhere, but it's 0-hour contract work. And what that means is you are not contracted to work like a specific time of hours, which means if they only pay you the number of hours you work. You get, so let's say you didn't work for a whole week, you don't expect them to pay you, right? And if they just reach out, message you, oh, there's something going on, we need your help, to work here or work in the faculty or in another department, that's when they just pay you according to the number of hours you work, which means you have this flexibility of picking another job elsewhere. You just want to make sure that you do not exceed your 20 hours working time permit, all right? Because as an international student, you're aware that we are given just 20 hours to work during term times, and when we're on break, you can work as long as you want, except when you start writing your dissertation, okay? Yeah, so pick up that jobs. These jobs are amazing. I'm telling you, I'm a student ambassador since January. I've had opportunity to work on a lot of projects with the school, a lot of transferable skills you're gonna learn, experiences that you're probably not seeing coming. We work on call campaigns, we work on clearing campaigns, we work on enrollment campaigns, a lot of things you can work with basically with the school. Open days as well, you get to meet a lot of people, share your experience as an international student, more like being a voice. And one thing I've noticed is a lot of we Africans do not usually want to join this kind of thing. We don't want to join this scheme thinking we don't have the time. I've paid thousands of pounds for me to now come and be doing student ambassador for somebody, things like that. But trust me, you're going to learn a lot. There are a lot of networking. You meet people that ordinarily you wouldn't have walked into on an ordinary day. But you just working, you meet people. I can't count how many times I've met a vice chancellor at Trinity University, probably when I'm working on open days or we're doing any campaign. All these things has a way of even boosting your self-confidence. You learn a lot of things. I'm talking too much on student ambassadorial duties, but trust me, this is the first place you want to look at and take advantage of that, all right? Yeah, so that's number one. Number two is retail assistant, all right? So what this means basically is you help in the superstores or in the supermarket or in the big stores, like Tesco, Asda, Lidl, things like that. And basically you just help at the till machine checking out and things like that. That's what a retail assistant is. So yes, you find a lot of students doing this kind of work because it's easier to get, it's easier to learn. They just kind of train you for like 3 days. Yeah, they train you for like 3 days to learn how to operate the till machine and you're good to go. Now, it's still in denial of retail assistant. You could also opt for replenishment assistant, and this is you just restocking shelves in the store. So basically, when you go to the store, people tend to shop every now and then one part of the store, what's that thing called? One part of the roll, one part of the store is probably empty because a lot of people have taken things from there, and you just help to restock items. You tend to replenish all these items that might have been reducing or have finished and things like that. So that's what replenishment assistance is all about. Now, another thing you can do is also an online assistant, and this is like in two forms, all right? So that people they call online assistants, which you can work like a virtual assistant when you serve as an administrative assistant to someone you probably do not see, okay? And you just basically help that person probably with their to-do list, sending emails, typing out letters and things like that. It's not usually common because, being a virtual assistant, it has to be you signing up on site, and there might be times that you actually do not get enough jobs at that point, like just not available, okay? And there's another part of online assistant where you help at superstores, especially people that order online. So what you do basically is accept these orders online, go out to the store, pick these things, set them apart. Then when the person comes to collect, you take them out and you're done. Basically, that's just what the online assistant is all about. Another thing is an executive assistant, all right? And this is in line with being a personal assistant or being an administrative assistant. And you can easily secure this at any office job or probably any home. Basically, anybody that needs a personal assistant or an executive assistant, they put it out there. Everybody know what an executive assistant does. It's basically helping with administrative duties. So yeah, you could probably work as that. Another job you can do as a part-time student is being a factory or a warehouse operative, all right? And this is usually very easy to get, especially the likes of Amazon or different factories around. It's easy to get because it's easy to teach you how to just use these machines, work with these things, and it seems to be like one go-to jobs for students because it's easier and the start date is like as fast as possible. There are really not too much checks as against some other corporate jobs that might take a longer time and things like that, and you just cannot afford that time to not do anything or earn any money. So you want to be doing something as fast as possible. So people tend to always opt out for factory jobs, especially if you're here with your husband. Men tend to have like the strength to want to do these jobs because they can take extra shifts, they can work as long as they want, and then yeah, so you can work as a factory assistant depending on what the factory produces. If you work in a place like Amazon, of course, you're sorting, you're packing, ordering items and things like that. If you work in probably factories that deal with letters like Royal Mail, yeah, you can work in Royal Mail as well as a factory worker or sortation associate. And what you do basically is just sort out letters, sort out parcels, offload them from the van. That is if you're working with Royal Mail, because I did work with them for like a week, yeah, earlier this year. And what you do basically is, so people kind of like click and collect their parcel. That is, you don't necessarily have to go to the post office to send your item. You just tick the option of them coming to your house to pick up whatever it is you want to send. So when they bring that to the factory, what you do, offload them from the truck, put in the stamping, all that, just sort them out basically. That's what you do if you are working in like Royal Mail, which is like a letter or sending company, or if you're working probably in another factory that probably they deal with books. They deal with production of books. You might be working with packaging and things like that. So different factory works based on whatever it is that they produce, right? But then it's easier to get a job as a factory or warehouse operative, all right? Now, another job that is common for we national students that is easier to get as well is what they call care job, support assistant, care assistant, and care assistant. There are different names but under the same umbrella, okay, which is under the care job, and basically is to take care and look after someone, especially those that probably have some disabilities or those that are old and they're suffering from probably dementia or things like that. Your job is just to take care after them, and it's depending on the kind of capacity at which you sign up for. I know some care assistant do as far as doing personal care, just to make sure the person is okay. Some, all they do is just administer drugs, stay with this person, take them on a work. So it just depends on the condition of the patient, basically. So if you have a patient who can probably do these things on their own, but just need somebody to support them, usually they're classified as support worker. But if you have somebody that cannot do any of these things, they literally need help every day, then we have this people we call care worker, healthcare assistant, health care as it sounds, taking care of people who have health issues and things like that, which is easier to also secure as an international student or as a part-time job, because it takes time to train you, get settled in the job, and yeah, you're able to work your 20 hours for the week. Now, another job I'm going to mention here as well is cleaning job, okay? And do not even start cringing your face and looking like, cleaning. See, the amount of money they pay for these people, and the fact that cleaning here is not like you are bending down using your hand to be scrubbing. There's literally like an equipment for everything. You have equipment for cleaning, you have equipment for vacuuming, you have equipment for this. All you just need to learn how to do is how to work with these machines and you're good to go. So there's also cleaning job if you want to take that up. Then another thing you want to take up as well, probably if you like kids, you've been working with kids back home, and or probably you're in the children's church as a Sunday school teacher, you might want to take up the job of a childminder. And I know that so people might require you to have like a certification, while some don't. Basically, people just probably need where to just keep their children while they go to work or they have a date night or something, and you could charge per hour, because that's the beautiful thing about this place. Everything is per hour. So if you love children, you have the patience, you've always been working with children, you're good with them, then this is something you might want to look into as well, to just be helping children, sit with children, look out for children while their parents go about their daily work or something like that. Another job you might want to look into as well is stewardship, all right? And this is beautiful because you get to travel a lot, you get to meet a lot of celebrities. Now this died down a bit in 2020 because of the COVID-19 and things like that. But festivals are beginning to open up, people are beginning to organize programs and things like that. So these jobs are beginning to gain momentum again, and you travel to a lot of places, meet celebrities free of charge, basically attend concerts without buying ticket because you're working as a steward there, and you make friends, all right? And these things, they pay you as well. Another job that I forgot to mention, how can I forget? And that's what I'm doing, is customer service job, okay? If you have the patience, you have the emotional stability, then you can take on customer service jobs as well, because it's not easy. Alright guys, so those are the jobs that, through my findings, I know it's easier for international students to get. To round this up, I just want to say that every job you do here in the UK is dignified. Trust me, there's respect for every kind of job that you do. Nobody looks down any other person, because the minimum wage across every sector, they will pay you the £9.50 depending on your age. If you are above 21, 22, yeah, they'll pay you the £9.50. So whatever it is you're doing, even if you're a cleaner or you're an executive assistant, you are all paying the same. They are paying you the same minimum, which is just dependent on if your employer is not willing to pay you more based on your experience or certification and things like that. That's just the only difference. But nobody is being paid lower than the minimum wage, and everybody respects everybody in their job. There's nothing like, oh, because I'm a cleaner, I feel inferior to somebody that is an executive assistant, or because I'm a student ambassador, I feel superior to somebody that is a retail assistant. It doesn't work that way, guys. Okay, everybody has their job, being respectful in their jobs, and every job is dignified in this. And what I'm going to say is, do not limit yourself just because you have the tag of an international student. Do not limit yourself to this is the specific type of jobs that is dominant in this place. So therefore, that is what I should go for. Okay, aim high. All right. Most of us have this. Most of us have attained, a pretty good level of our career before we all decide to probably come to the United Kingdom based on different reasons. But whatever it is, keep your head high, all right? You've probably worked in your line of work for 2-3 years back home. That's a good wealth of experience, all right? So don't just throw that away because you feel, oh, I'm an international student. Yes, some might require you have a UK experience because they just want to know if you know how things are done here. And that's why I always tell people, once you get like 3-4 months of experience, please begin to aim high for your desired job. And if your desired job, you've made search about it, they need certifications and things like that, research about these things, save towards them, take the exams, get your certification and aim high, all right? So there's no job that is too big that you think you can't do. No, because you're doing quite well back at your own country, you can do the same here, right? So do not limit yourself, do not cage yourself, don't box yourself in the fact that, oh, international students were expected to do the menial jobs, if you understand what I mean. No, don't see yourselves that way. Aim high, and I'm sure that whatever it is you put your mind at, with the backing of God, you're definitely going to get it. I really hope this video is helpful. Do well to give this video a thumbs up, guys. Please like this video so YouTube can recommend this video to as many people as they can to help other people as well. Thank you so much. I really hope I've been able to help with this video. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.